Hi everyone, and welcome to the Shrine of Anubis. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back and nice to see you again. So, today's video is a special one, a different one. I don't know if you guys are going to like it or hate it or whatever, but I wanted to share with you guys today a very easy and quick money spell with ingredients that you probably already have in your home. And the reason why I am sharing this with you guys today is because I did this easy and quick money spell with Anubis, of course. And because Anubis worked super fast, I wanted to make a video dedicated to him as my way of honoring him and thanking him publicly for his help, for his assistance, for his guidance, and for helping me to help this client with his money work. A freelancer who cannot do spell works in his home due to living with family members who are, of course, not into that. So, what this spell is about is very simple. It's a easy money spell, usually for amounts lower than 500 US dollars. My client wanted to get fast cash, fast money, so to speak, as a freelancer. And so I want to share with you guys today what I did for this spell work. In this spell, I will be showing you a different glimpse, a different view with my pot that I used for this candle work. I'll be showing you what's in this pot. You can use a cauldron or a safe plate that won't break with the candle once it burns down. Be sure that you are careful where you put your candles on. And the reason why I say this, which is common sense, is because a lot of people don't remember or underestimate candles, especially tea light candles. And I want to make sure to let you know to be careful with the types of ingredients that you use for the spell. Make sure that they are non-flammable, like the glitter. We will be using glitter for this spell work to hide the work from jealous eyes, envious eyes, and pretty much any sort of prying eyes that may be trying to look out after you, but with bad intentions, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to make a short little disclaimer there to one, be careful when you use candles. Second, make sure that the candles are in a safe place and space and object, like a cauldron or a metal pot, or you place them somewhere safe. It can be either in the bathtub or on the stove. I would not recommend a gas stove. I have one and I always get a bad impression from it when I leave candles burning. So I just prefer to put them in the bathtub instead. And even then, I almost set my fucking home on fire anyways one time. So do not underestimate the power of fire. The ingredients that you will be using, you may be able to find them in the kitchen. If not, you do not have to break your budget in order to find them and get them. Just get the cheapest brands that you can find at Walmart, Target, or any other place or mini market that you have access to, because again, energy with intention is what's going to make the spell work and manifest. So you do want to make sure that the intention behind the energy that you're sending out is strong, so that this spell can amplify the situation and work it in your favor, if that makes sense. Within the week, Anubis worked his magic. And I got immediate feedback from my client, and I was so surprised. I wanted to share this special spell with you guys today, as well as to honor him and to publicly thank him for his help, for his guidance, for his assistance, for coming through clearly and strongly, for listening to me, for listening to the petition that was done, and for bringing through results. So, without further ado, I'll show you a little sneak peek into what I did with this simple and easy money work and how you can do it as well as what you need to have for the spell work in order to do it. You do not have to do it with Anubis if you do not work with him. If you do work with him, stay tuned for a couple of suggestions that I'll be making by the end of this video. So, for this quick money spell, it's very simple. As you can see, I have a tea light candle. You might see some green remains in the pot that I stole from my mother. That's because I tried to use a green candle for this spell work, but the green candle did not work. So I immediately went to use the tea light candle. It doesn't necessarily mean that the spell is not working. You may just have a faulty candle at hand. No pun intended. What do you need in order to do this simple spell work? All you need is a simple green candle. A tea light white candle is fine. I am using one right now and have been using it for the past week or so that I have been working on this spell. You will be needing a petition paper. It can be brown paper, it can be white paper. It doesn't really matter so long as you have a paper to write your petition in. So the next thing you're going to be doing for the work is to write either your name or the name of the target into the petition, the name and date of birth of the person. You're going to write in a circle clockwise. What is it that you need to attract? What type of intention do you have? Usually, very simple spell works like this one help you with amounts of money, usually of $500 or less. Again, it's fast cash or fast money. So you don't really want to go crazy with the amount that you specify in your petition. So depending on the intention that you write around your name and date of birth, once you enclose your name and date of birth with the amount of money inside this circle of what it is that you want in specific, is it abundance, prosperity, fast cash, or a new job opportunity? Be very specific in the intention that you will be writing around your name and date of birth and the amount of money that you're seeking. Next, what you're going to be doing, I omitted oils. I decided to just keep the petition very simple. If you do want, however, you can anoint the petition paper 5 dots around it, one on each corner, one in the center, with money oil or lucky oil or another type of oil that you may use for money and luck. However, for the spell, I did not use any type of oil. The next thing that you're going to be doing is place the petition paper into the cauldron or pot, whatever place you're going to be putting it in that is safe from, possible fires, depending on the type of candle that you're working with. However, do not underestimate tea light candles. My mother almost set our home on fire one time with tea light candles, so you're still working with fire, so do not underestimate the power of a fire. Just a reminder, because it should be common sense, but not everybody knows or remembers. I prefer to be on the safe side, so I decided to use this huge ass cooking pot. I just call it a pot for my workings. What you're going to be doing next, besides the petition paper, crowning it with a candle, you can either bless the candle, baptize it with holy water if you're into that type of thing, or anoint it with any oil in specific that you want. You do want to carve your name going upwards in the candle and your date of birth. In my opinion and experience, when you write your name going up the candle and the candle burns down, it's as if you're attracting towards you something that you want to manifest into your physical reality. However, a pillar candle is absolutely optional. You do not really need one. As you can see, I am using a tea light candle and have been using different ones for the past week or so. So the next thing that you want to do after you have the petition paper and the candle is you're going to sprinkle oats. Oats are associated with abundance and prosperity, and they work really, really well. I underestimated them until I made this spell work. So they work really, really well. And you want to do it all in a clockwise motion, because clockwise is to, in my experience, to attract towards me or to the target. You can also put into this work ginger. Why? Because ginger acts very quickly when it comes to bringing things to physical manifestation, whether it's a hex or curse or positive work. Ginger is typically used to accelerate a situation. Make sure you drop in as well coffee. So the next thing you're going to be sprinkling on it is going to be cinnamon. You want to sprinkle cinnamon on it. I'm not sure if I already mentioned it in this video. Cinnamon also helps to accelerate the situation. So cinnamon, coffee, and ginger. You want to sprinkle them clockwise in the pot or whatever it is that you're working on, because all three of them help to accelerate the spell. The next thing you're going to put into the cauldron or pot or wherever is going to be glitter. Why glitter? Because glitter is going to mask the work from prying eyes or any other persons that may be doing work against you to prevent you from being abundant or receiving money to help yourself and your family. There are people out there who are nasty as fuck who do not want to see you succeed and be prosperous and abundant. So they may be doing workings on you to prevent you from gaining money, getting the raise in the job, or simply getting money for what you do if you are a freelancer, musician, or what have you. So you want to sprinkle glitter again clockwise to hide the spell working from any prying eyes that may not mean well towards you, who may want to see your finances affected. And also, something else that I added to it was cascarilla, which is powdered eggshells into the spell. Why? Because powdered eggshells are used for protection, and as well as other things that I right now do not remember. And so you do want to, again, make it clockwise in order to, of course, attract and pull towards you and to accelerate this working into existence. And the final ingredient for the spell was 7 cloves. Why 7? You can do 7, you can do 3. Make it an uneven number to fix the situation in place, to pin it down so that you can control it and work it in your favor. if that makes sense. So now that you know how to do this very simple and easy money spell, what's going to happen next? Well, I want to go back to before you actually do the spell work. I want you to ask yourself, who are you going to be working with and how you are going to phrase your petition. Your intention in the petition that's going to be underneath the candle. It can be a paler candle, it can be a tea light candle. Don't freak out about which candle is the best. You do not need to have a green candle for this work. You can have a white candle, which is universal and usually is typically used for anything and everything. Remember, our ancestors did not have much to work with. Colored candles were not a thing over 100 years ago or 200 years ago. So don't feel like you need to have exactly everything down to a T. Make sure that you just have the necessary tools to work your magic. At the end of the day, what you're doing is you're sending out your own energy directed into that external tool, which is a candle or paper with petition in it. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, you are magic itself. And so these are only tools that help you to focus and direct that energy into these objects in order to bring about something desired. So I don't want you to go around and purchase a $20 green candle from this witchy shop or some money oil that costs $50 on Etsy, whatever. You do, please don't, please. I don't beg, but this time, please. Make sure you watch your finances and work with what you've got. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say regarding the first point, I believe, who you want to work with. Be as clear as you possibly can. If you are a Satanist and you don't work with gods or goddesses because you don't believe in them, because you only believe in yourself, that's fine. Again, it's about directing that energy of the self into the work that you're doing. And so I don't want you to feel left out or somehow feeling like a black sheep or something. Because anybody and everybody can do this simple candle work. And if you do not work with Anubis, if you don't even believe in gods and goddesses, that's fine. Work your magic. It's what I'm trying to say. And so another thing that I want to mention, since this video is dedicated to Lord Anubis, I want to point out that if you do want to work with Anubis and dedicate the work to him, you can either have a picture on your phone or computer or picture him in your mind's eye while you do the work. If you do have a statue, that's fine. If you printed out a picture of him, that's fine. If you want to work with Anubis and dedicate the work to him, make sure you always offer something to him in return for his assistance, his guidance, his help. I know that this is very debated in the spiritual / witchcraft community, whether to feed the spirits and the gods or not. And in my opinion, I would not approach someone to ask something if I'm not going to give something in return. It's pretty much like asking a doctor for health advice or to make you that annual checkup or something and then just wanting to leave the office without paying the copay or the full bill. You do want to be clear right from the beginning and state your intentions, but also what you have to offer. So if you approach Anubis, make sure that you offer him something. You don't have to go crazy. If you can, then congratulations if you are able to afford it. But you do not have to go crazy with a bunch of offerings for him. But you do want to offer him something like a glass of water or beer. You can also offer him whiskey or rum. I'm not sure about vodka though. I have not offered him vodka, neither whiskey or rum, because all I have access to is beer. But he will not reject the offering. Make sure that you have something. You can also have some cake or some bread or something that you feel guided to offer to him, a chocolate bar as well. And of course, perhaps a candle and some incense. Usually, typically, other people offer him myrrh and frankincense or the combination of both. In my case, he loves vanilla incense, so do I. So I tend to offer him a lot of vanilla incense when I offer him something, when I want to request his help, and also when I want to thank him and honor him and, express my love for him and my devotion and all that jazz. So, now that we have the offerings out of the way and you know what to do if you're going to approach Anubis for help and assistance, what you're going to be doing next is you're going to be working the candle for 7 to 14 days. Because I know that many of you are going to ask me, what should I do? Should I work it for 1 day or for how long? You do want to work it at least for 7 days. I was going to leave it at 7 days, but I received the guidance to go for 14. So this may differ to you and others as well who watch this video. Maybe you will have to work it longer. Perhaps if you work it longer, you will receive even more money rather than the estimated amount that I suggested was the best for this simple work. It all depends on how long you work this spell or candle work. In my experience, I am working it between 7 to 14 days, and within the 7 days, I would say the 4th day or 3rd day, Anubis was already helping me and giving me the results that I wanted to bring for my client. So I don't want you to have these expectations. It could take longer for you, or maybe even shorter. Maybe within the day or on the same day. Who knows? It depends on your energy and your intention and the power of how you do the working. So if you do not get fast results, keep working the spell. Keep lighting the candles if you are working with tea light candles. And again, make sure that you continue to empower the spell, as well as to continue to refresh the offerings for Anubis. You do not want to leave the offerings out for too long, especially if it's a beer mixed with fruits, because fruits do get rotten, and so the beverage will become rotten as well. And I found it out the hard way not long ago when I offered a white claw in raspberry to him. He liked it, which I am surprised because I hated it, but I offered it to him and shared it with him as I drank it. And I didn't like it, but he did. And so I left it, but I left it too long. So you want to make sure that you refresh the offerings. They absolutely hate it to see rotten food or beverages in the altar. And I believe that's all that I wanted to share with you guys today. I don't think I am missing anything else, but if I am, feel free to let me know down below in the comments section. What did I miss? If you have any other questions or follow-up questions or questions that got inspired by this video that you want to ask me, feel free to let me know down below in the comments section. What do you think if you do the work? Let me know. Did you work with Anubis or somebody else? And if you do get results, let me know as well. Let me know what happened and how you received the guidance. I really, really love to receive feedback and see what you guys are up to. And of course, before I let you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell button, and click on See All so that you get all the notifications of any future uploads that I'll be making on this channel. So I want to thank Lord Anubis for his help, his guidance, his assistance, for helping me to help other people. And I want to honor him with this video. I already am making offerings for him as a way to say thank you to him. And I suggest that you do the same once Anubis helps you out as well. And of course, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye!